So people have been asking me about responding to Nicki Minaj's unhinged, homophobic tweet about me. I usually don't respond to this stuff, but let me just say this. Nicki Minaj, stop talking about for which you know nothing about. This is out of your depth, by the way, and you are a homophobic bigot. You don't care about African Americans. You're not an African American. From what I know, you are reportedly an undocumented citizen, so you should be deported under Donald Trump's rules. And the other thing is that your family members, you have one family member who is reportedly a sex offender, the other family member, your husband or whatever, a sex offender is your husband, and one of them is reportedly a pedophile. And you have nerve to talk about me and what you think that I do? Nicki Minaj, get a life. Stop being a pick-me. You should have put a pick-me doll on that damn tweet instead of a Chucky doll, because you are nothing but a pick-me. And I choose not to pick you. And so should black people and so should gay people. Shouldn't buy your music.
Well, Don Lemon went in here.
She used a homophobic slur towards me in a social media post, several. Time and time again, this vile woman shows her true colors. She shows what really animates her. And that is cruelty, it's viciousness, it's insecurity, it's ignorance, lack of intelligence. She's a very low vibrational person. It's always about negativity with her. So someone that I love and I think who's really talented, one of the most talented people out there, is the ultimate diva who doesn't have to put people down, Miss Mariah Carey.
Can you say 3 nice things about Nicki Minaj?
Can you?
On Nicki Minaj.
To Nicki Minaj, I normally don't respond to things like this, but, F it. I'm going to do it this time. I think Nicki Minaj has made it very clear how she feels about African Americans in this country. For I don't think she's one of them, obviously. And she should, under Trump's rules, she should be deported, because I don't think, reportedly, that she is a legal citizen here. She is undocumented. And so she has shown her disdain for African Americans. So why are you supporting her? Why are you buying her records? She's also supporting, I have lots of gay friends who love Nicki Minaj. Why are you supporting this homophobic, bigoted, ignorant woman? You should not be supporting her. Nicki Minaj, this is clearly out of her depth. She doesn't understand politics. She doesn't understand journalism. And I'm not surprised that she is weighing in on something that is beyond her capacity. Nicki Minaj should just sit down. And by the way, isn't she married to an alleged pedophile? And she has the nerve to say something disparaging about and something homophobic. I'm pretty sure that maybe that's part of the reason that she is cozying up to the Trump administration for some sort of leniency for her family members. And it's just very transparent. So Nicki Minaj, F off.
So what exactly set Don Lemon off? The tweet from Minaj where she wrote, "Don, sucking lemon is disgusting. How dare you? I want that thug in jail. He would never do that to any other religion. Lock him up." After writing all of that, she would double down, LOL, and I purposely wrote it that way because I knew that would be the only way to get the suckers to post about it. They would have all collectively ignored the despicable behavior displayed by Lemonhead. I'm glad they're angry. They're about to get angrier. When Benny Johnson, a conservative podcaster and alleged gay man who, it seems, refuses to come out of the closet and has said that he will sue somebody on the left for saying that he may or may not be a gay man, though nothing has ever come about with that. Well, he interviewed Harmeet Dillon, the assistant AG for civil rights at the Trump weaponized Department of Justice.
We will pursue charges in this case. I see various crimes that have occurred. Exactly what they are, I'm not going to flag, but the FACE Act has been mentioned as one of the predicates there. In other cases, the Biden DOJ used the Klan Act conspiracy charges tacked on to the FACE Act in the case of protests outside abortion clinics to bring much longer sentences. So there are a number of tools available to us. Who funded this? What else? What other crimes may have occurred? Was there a use of the wires or the mails in preparing for this event? Did anyone cross state lines to do this? All of those are potential predicates for additional federal charges.
And she stated this. Minaj quote tweeted it with a hand prayer emoji and an American flag emoji, like either of those things mean anything. Why did she do all this? Well, on the topic, the former CNN anchor live streamed the anti-ICE protest at the church in St. Paul, Minnesota, and that came on January 18th. A group of protesters would interrupt a service over claims that one of the church's pastors works for ICE. That, by the way, very much so appears to be true. She'd write online, "How dare you, I want the thug in jail." Pertaining to her husband, in 2022, USA Today reported Kenneth Petty failed to register as a sex offender and was sentenced to probation. From NBC Los Angeles, more than 2 decades before he would marry Nicki Minaj in the year 2019, Petty was convicted of attempted R-word in New York in the year 1995 for an incident that occurred with a 16-year-old in September 1994. He served 4.5 years in prison, and as a condition of his conviction, he needed to register as a sex offender when he moved. Petty is a registered level 2 sex offender on New York State's sex offender registry. In August 2021, Petty accepted a plea deal for failing to register. In the wake of this, 2 notable celebrities have spoken out against Nicki Minaj and her character. Ruby Rose would put out what looks like on Threads, "I toured with Nicki Minaj. Her ego is so outsized, she had to fire someone after every show, publicly, because she is 3-foot MAGA. On night 1, she fired the security for not seamlessly carrying her from the stage because she went to jump off several bars early. The 3rd night was best. We were all going to get fired because it was her birthday, and well, someone on her team had organized a bunch of our friends and celebrities to do a happy birthday montage video. So kind. Only problem was, of the dozen or so video messages that came in, not one had her age right, and now her real age had been leaked. I could go on, but I'm waiting for her next outburst." Actor Yvette Nicole Brown would also post on Threads, "I know someone who worked on the wardrobe team that did a fitting at her house. She wouldn't allow anyone to use the bathroom, not even the guest bathroom near the front door. Just decided that they didn't deserve to relieve themselves on her sacred premises. #trash." Now, Lemon would go on to chastise Nicki Minaj because of the way that she treated Don Lemon. And let me be clear about something. Don Lemon went into that church because he caught wind of the protest. He interviewed churchgoers and activists. That is what journalists do. He asked questions and fact-checked some of the disinformation that many churchgoers tried to peddle in with those interviews. The fact that the Department of Justice is going after him when he even said he was not the lone reporter there, he was not the lone journalist there, says a lot. And the reason being is because they have to try and make themselves out to be the strong men in this equation. And with Nicki, I do believe that she is not doing this for free. I just don't. I think she was paid by Turning Point USA. I think, and if anybody from TPUSA wants to leak to me or Ken Klippenstein, please go for it. But I think this is all part of the plan because, according to Rolling Stone, she may lose her house. And she wants protections for her because she is undocumented, according to Lemon, and also her husband, who is a sex offender. It's pretty easy. It's simple math here. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.